Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 20s. What is it?
24th.
24th. I knew that. 24th of February, 2026. DJ Yoakley alongside the 8-time best-selling author, world-traveling, whatever, Grammy, Emmy Award-winning, Pulitzer Prize nominee. List is getting too nauseous, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. It's Anthony Ronald Hartwig. What's up, Ronnie?
And we're not slowing down either, so you're going to have more to keep saying.
We're just going to put it on the
I'm
ticket.
shooting for the stars.
Keep shooting, buddy.
Shooting for the stars.
Keep shooting. We got a great show for you today. We have Jenna Havrilla joining us at 12:45, and looking forward to having that conversation with one of Canfield's very own. And when you're talking about the Havrilla name, boy, it is legendary in those marks, pins of Canfield. Can't wait to talk to Jenna and all the great things happening for the Lady Cards right now. And of course, it's Tuesday, so it means that we are sometimes joined by the professor of your sports network, a gentleman who is, upper echelon of class when it comes to local sports, regional sports, and certainly what could be national sports when it comes to the Pittsburgh Pirates this year. Boy, I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, bring it in, Greg McAfee. What's up, Professor?
How we doing, guys? How we doing?
Better now because you're here, man.
Yeah, that's nice of you to hear.
We try to roll out that red carpet. Greg, it has been an interesting end of the season, to say the least, when it comes to boys and girls basketball. We've seen teams that were on hot streaks go ice cold. We've seen teams that were ice cold go red hot. We've seen mediocre teams, that we've been following kind of in the midway, rise to the top, fall to the bottom. But there's only a handful of teams in the YSN coverage map that have stood out the entire year. For you, who are those teams, and why should everybody be fearful of those teams as we head towards playoff time?
Well, we've talked about on here a couple times that playoff time is when you want to be playing your best basketball. You want to be at your best strength. You want to be playing fast. You want to be playing strong, defensive. I got to see a couple teams kind of over the past week that have really not necessarily surprised me, but I've kind of really liked their game. I got to see.
What the hell is
this? We're not worthy.
The hell is this? I don't want to cut you off, but what are we doing here?
Dirtman loves to see me on the program. That is for sure.
Oh, dang.
So I got to see Newton Falls and Champion on what was that, Tuesday maybe, or sometime last week when they won the MVAC, when they won their MVAC tier, and was really I was really surprised. They were playing a level of basketball that I hadn't really seen a ton this year. They were pressing like an old-fashioned West Virginia Bob Huggins team. They were running up and down the floor. They were playing fast. It was really a fun style of basketball to see. I didn't got to see them play this year yet, and so I mean that's a team that has kind of been put on my radar after watching them play earlier or last week. And then we've talked about Canfield a ton this year as well. I got to see them play earlier in the year. They didn't have Bryce Roberts at that point, and now he's back in the lineup, and I think that adds a whole new element. It adds an extra defender, an extra scorer, someone who can play a ton of minutes. Obviously, they have depth kind of all over the place with Jace Ricardo and Donnie Furco, and I think Joey Gabriel is one of the more underrated players in the area. So, I mean, those are two teams that have kind of, been on my radar lately. I obviously got to see the Poland Hubbard game last week as well for the NE8 championship. And we talked about it last Monday or Tuesday, whenever I was on here, because I know it's been bouncing back and forth between Monday and Tuesday recently.
No.
So to see that game in person, it lived up to the hype. I was able to get some of those environment shots, if you say, where the student section was packed with a whiteout and everything like that. It was really cool to see, especially the way it went into overtime and kind of how it came down to the wire and everything like that. I mean, Braden Songer with the ball in his hand and the game on the line in the corner came up just short, but it was a great game. Both teams are teams I'd look out for. I think, despite the loss, Hubbard's a really strong team. They got scorers kind of all over the place. Songer, Jacob Hayes, a couple of Keenan Franklin, something like that is another guy to keep an eye out for. And then, I mean, you got Poland, you got Carmine Tukalo, and a bunch of other guys that have kind of made that team strong throughout the season. And then obviously, I don't think you can count out Ursuline. I don't think you can count out McDonald, despite, them finally coming up with a loss, but that might be a good thing heading into the playoffs. You obviously want to face a little bit of adversity going into the tournament. So yeah, I mean, I think we got a bunch of good teams in our area, a bunch of teams that could really compete for a deep run.
By the way, I know a lot of people look at that McDonald's score and say, wow, they got cooked. But if you look at that game with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, they were down by just 8. And then Lake Center Christian ended the game on a 16-0 run. So just a little bit of a ran out of gas at the finish line type of thing. But that whole game for the first 3.5 quarters, McDonald was playing right with one of the top teams in Division 7 in the state.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, like I said, facing adversity, I think is a huge thing. I mean, suffering a loss, I don't think this late in the season isn't a bad thing. It's not going to change their standing. The one thing I've always kind of griped with ever since I came to Ohio is the fact that the playoff draw is before the end of the regular season. So I mean, the seeds are already in place.
We still got regular season games going, and we started tournament time. The tournament's going on, and we still got regular season games going.
And so it's not anything that can really change their seeding, but it's something like, all right, this is one of the better teams in the division. This is how we can adjust so that we don't face these mistakes kind of going into the tournament. So I think it's good for them. It's an opportunity to learn, and they're obviously one of the better teams in our area in the lower divisions for sure.
One of the things that I'm really interested about, Cheney, Cowboys.
Yeah, Cheney is another one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mike chiming in from the comment section. One of the things that I've kind of had on my radar all season long is I just wanted to kind of compare and contrast just even this year to last year, and then maybe like 2021 and 2018. The seasons, are we getting better? Because Northeast Ohio isn't exactly known for our hoops teams. We're known for our football. We're known for our baseball, our softball, respectively volleyball as well. But when you think about hoops, we're not necessarily in that conversation every time yet. Do you feel like the level of basketball, Greg, has gotten better this year over even last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see a ton of names that kind of come up in conversation over and over again. I mean, Jalen Gunther is one of them. He's a guy that can, get to the hoop whatever way he wants. But then you also have guys like Noah Bell, Jace Ricardo. I think you could throw like Drew Zajac and Joey Capizella up there, Braxton Sloan, like guys like that. I mean, I think we have a lot of good basketball players in the area. I mean, the Hill twins at Cheney, Antoine Brown at Cheney. There's a lot of guys that come to mind that are just continuing to work. They're continuing to get better year after year, and I think each and every year we have like a set of those type of guys that can kind of, step up. Like I remember, back when I was working for the local newspaper, it was like, Terrence Pankey at Ursuline, and then it was Anthony Masucci at Howland. And then you had like Jason Hewlett and the guys over at Cheney and everything like that. I think each and every year you have different guys that kind of take the crown or take the throne in a way of, being some of the best basketball players in the area. And I think each and every year it gets better and better. And that, that's a ode to the coaches in the area, the trainers in the area, and things like that. Like I know a lot of guys are putting in work day in and day out. And I think it's making basketball better for sure.
This is where you jump in.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you had another question for him. I didn't know what we were doing. I need like a signal. I wouldn't be able to see a signal anyway. I know what Greg's saying is true. If you go back, maybe 7-8 years, even when we started YSN, there were a couple of teams maybe that were like, oh, they can make a big run. I remember LeBray boys, like back when we started in 2017 and 18, they were the team that they were trying to go to state. But now, even though, we've kind of gone away from maybe having a bunch of teams that we're going to say, well, they go to state, but we do have way more widespread talent. I think there's a lot of more teams with talent on their roster than maybe we've seen in the past. Greg, do you think the talent might be a little bit more widespread than it was in the past? We'd always have like a handful of teams that you go, oh, they're pretty good, they can make a run. But now it feels like we have more teams than we've ever had. I think it's a widespread talent thing.
I think if you look at, we were talking about it last time I was on here, I think if you look at like the conference races in the area, I mean, the MVAC is like a 3 or 4 teams atop the conference. I think the NAC is like 2 or 3 or something like that. So you have a lot of competition, throughout the area and in our area conferences and everything like that. So I definitely think it's widespread, but I think Ty, kind of hit the nail on the head with one of his comments in the comment section where it with high, and I think it's anywhere. It's, it's across the country in terms of high school basketball where, things can kind of go up and down, depending on the talent that comes through. It can go through valleys, so you can go through hills and everything like that. And it depends on the talent that's coming through each and every program in the area. I mean, you have hills, you have valleys, and sometimes the hills are higher than other years. And I think this is one of those years where we have good basketball players all across the Mahoney Valley, all across our coverage area and everything like that. And it's definitely fun to see.
Ty makes a good point. In 2023, the Northeast region, that was when they had 4 basketball divisions still. They're now at 7.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2023, 3 out of the 4 state champions in boys basketball came out of the Northeast region. So Northeast Ohio in the quadrant, if you cut Ohio into the 4 quadrants, still kicking butt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that includes a lot of basketball. Like I think the Northeast Ohio area includes a lot of good teams. It's widespread. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of opportunity for teams in our area to challenge themselves and get ready for the playoffs. And I think that's what you want to do. You want to be able. You don't want to have to travel, across state lines or all the way across the state of Ohio to test yourself. It's not too hard to take a hour and a half drive. And play a good game of basketball to see kind of where you stand and get a good barometer.
So is this a 2023? I'll ask both you guys. Is this a 2023 year where we're going to dominate Northeast Ohio and as Northeast Ohio, or is this a year where we're going to have to keep looking to, hey, we're going to work towards next year or work towards? I mean, is our talent good enough to bring home a state championship or multiple state championships in this quadrant, as Anthony put it, in 2025, 2026?
I think we have a lot of good teams in our area. Like I think it might be a little bit underrated. Like I think if you look at teams like, Ursuline and teams like Canfield and McDonald and um, Newton Falls and Mineral Ridge and I think there's a bunch of teams in our area that are really good.
Where does iron
that could
sharpen
make a run.
iron? Where does iron sharpen iron the best, Greg? Is it the bigger schools or the smaller schools?
I think when you get big on big, small on small. I think when you play teams of your level, and they're two of the best teams in the area, I think that helps. But I think when you're a small school playing up in a way, it can also iron sharpen iron. I mean, you have two teams. I think there are certain cases throughout the area that school size doesn't matter. When you step on a court, basketball is basketball.
Yeah.
And if you're playing at a really high level against a really good team, it's going to be a situation where you're being forced to play your best basketball against a really good program, and I think that always helps. I don't think school size really matters, but I think it gives you a good picture when you're playing a team of your size, of your caliber, because you have the same resources, you have the same roster sizes, you're relatively kind of the same age and size in a way and everything like that. But yeah, I think iron sharpens iron. I think you can find it kind of all over our region for sure.
What about you, Ann? I mean, you've seen this, as much as anybody else. Do you feel like we actually have a shot this year? And I'm not going to say who has the best shot, but I'm not going to put you on the spot like that, like we have to do Greg.
Right.
But it's a situation like, can you see a state championship coming back, or do you see down the line we're going to have some trouble against one of the three other quadrants that we have to face and ultimately win a championship?
No, I think Northeast Ohio is really good in basketball. And I think even if you go outside of YSN into our region, I mean, there's teams in Akron. Akron Ellet has a really good boys team. So Richmond Heights is in our region, so we have to deal with them, but they would represent Northeast Ohio too. There's just a lot of really good basketball in Northeast Ohio. So if one of our YSN teams gets out of our region, I don't think it's wild to say that the door would be open for them to win a state championship because of how good the basketball is in Northeast Ohio. You got, St. Ignatius that someone's probably going to have to deal with in the upper divisions. Lower divisions, we just saw what Mineral Lake Lake Center Christian can do because they just did it to McDonald. That's a Division 7 team that someone's going to have to deal with in D7 if they get out of that district into the regionals. So there's a lot of really good talent in Northeast Ohio, even outside of the YSN coverage, that I think has more than a proper chance to win state if they get out of the region.
All right, so let's flip it on its lid here. I mean, it's the age-old question from the NBA to the WNBA all the way down to second grade basketball, like we talked about yesterday. Does defense win championships this year, or is it going to be you got scorers that can fill up the bucket at any cost in boys or girls, or is it different in boys than it is girls and vice versa?
Ooh, that's tough.
I think it depends on the matchup. Like I saw, speaking on Newton Falls, I mean, they were playing Bob Huggins, press, in their defense was dictating the pace of the play, and it was leading to their offense, allowed them to build a huge lead in the first quarter and kind of coast. But then you also have some games that are super high scoring, and it's a matter of, all right, who's going to score the most points. So I think it really depends on the matchup, the two teams that are going at each other, and what style of play. I think one thing that kind of dictates it the most, like one good example was I saw Ursuline Hoban play earlier this year. And obviously Ursuline is one of those teams that is going to rely on their offense more than their defense. I mean, they have two bona fide scorers, probably two of the best in the area, state of Ohio in a way. And they kind of got run out of the gym in a way. They didn't play great defense. They weren't rebounding the ball. They were turning the ball over a lot. and Hoban was able to take advantage of that and build a lead and kind of coast to the finish line. So I think it really depends on the matchup. But I love those games that are fast paced where, you know, both teams are pressing, they're leading on their offense a little bit, but the defense is kind of dictating the pace of the game. Those are my favorite games to watch, when it's up and down the court, it's high scoring, but it's also dictated by the defense in a fast paced nature. So I think it really depends on the two teams that are matching up.
I know it's kind of a cop out, but I don't think you're going to win a state championship by running and gunning your way all the way to state. Like, I don't think you're going to rely on scoring 80 points every night to go win a state championship. But I also, like, you can't, you know, win a state championship when you can't score above 50. You know, when your offense is that anemic that it can't get over that threshold. So you gotta have a nice middle ground. You gotta be able to score, of course, but you know, you can't rely on scoring 80 a game to run to a state championship.
Sean says the deeper you get into the playoffs, the more you have to rely on stamina and speed. So teams with deep rosters can, get in a transition game. And that's what he said. There's a third choice. Transition teams win championships. I'm interested, very interested, because Anthony, you talked about these teams that don't have a lot of offense. They don't really have a chance, or so on paper, right? They don't have a chance. But do you remember the Salem team a few years ago that Sarah Hamilton Phillips was coaching, and they just locked down teams to the point I can't remember who beat them. Forgive me.
Yeah, but I think it was Canal Fulton Northwest.
It was. That's exactly who that was.
They ran into a team that could score on them. And then they couldn't score back, and that's what happened to that team. You know, if you rely too much on defense, then what happens when someone finds a few cracks in your armor?
Defense can get you to state, says Matt, but you also need a scorer to put you on top.
I think Mooney had one of those teams a couple years ago too, where they just locked down, slowed the pace on offense, and they were winning games like 45, 40, 45.
Who was?
It was when they had Mick, and I think they had a couple other guys as well. And they just locked teams down, and they made a deep run. I think they faced. I think that was the year they faced that really good Camel team in the regional championship, maybe. And they just locked down on defense. And that was a Camel team that was scoring like 78 points a game with like Kevin Jones and all of those guys. Like, they were stacked and scoring points all year long. But Mooney was just able to lock down, slow down the pace of the game, extend their possessions and things like that. And they went on a run.
Jace with a big one. Sorry, Greg, you're gone.
No, you're good.
Well, there's got to be a better way. Hey guys. Jason's asking. hang on. Compose yourself. Professional. How much does the current expansion and division playoff format affect teams' chances and their chances, relative to their seed? We'll start there. Greg, I mean, your thoughts on that first question?
Let me read this again. I was messing around too much.
How much does the divisions in the playoff format affect the team's chances relative to the seed?
Because they like restructure? They don't reseed, do they?
No.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of know your path in a way, correct? If I'm correcting that right.
Yep.
So I mean, I think it helps knowing who you might have to face down the line. You can see kind of who's in your way, and you kind of see what type of run you have to the playoffs. I think at this point in the season, especially in the regional part of the tournament, you're always going to be playing good teams. You're always going to have tough opponents on the opposite side of the court, and I think it can help knowing who's kind of in your way on your tournament run, who you have to prepare for. You can kind of maybe see, especially early on, who you're probably going to play next round. So I think that helps in a way. I wouldn't say teams are kind of looking ahead or anything like that, especially earlier in the tournament. But I think it helps knowing kind of who you have in front of you and what type of style of basketball you're going to have to play to get a win.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you don't like the matchup that you have, you can basically go to the other side of the bracket. and be like, hey, we're not going to go to Salem. We're going to go to, I think the example that Jace gave was Struthers Fieldhouse. Like, I know those aren't the same, but you can, hey, this is where we're going to start. Like, we're not going to play them.
Sometimes it just depends on what seed you are and if you're able to pass, if you can. So if you're a higher seed, you can pass on the draw and say, well, I don't like where this is shaping out. I'm going to go to this bracket. But sometimes if you're like a 15 seed, you don't have that luxury. You kind of just fall where you have to fall.
So like the top seeds get to choose like where they are placed in the bracket, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or pass.
So
right?
like,
they can
or
pass.
Yeah, they can pass. And you have maybe 3 or 4 passes in the draw.
Because I always found it interesting, like the kind of the thought process behind where you want to start. Because I mean, you have some top seeds that are like they pick that bye, they don't have to play an extra game, but you have other top seeds who kind of choose to play all the way through and not really kind of like take a break. I always thought that was interesting, just kind of the decision process behind it in a way of like, all right, do we want to take a half-week break from games and just know who we have to play, or do we just want to play games and play it out all the way through?
I'm always intrigued by it because just from a mental standpoint, coaches must just be absolutely exhausted because on one if you take a pass, right? If you go, hey, you know what, we're gonna pass. There's people that are gonna be like, all right, chicken, you know what I mean? Like you guys, the word we're not allowed to use on this.
Yeah.
But then if you go at somebody, this is what drives me insane. If you're like, well, okay, we'll take this spot here, and they're like, oh,
the cojones.
You want a piece of this? You want some of this, boy? Okay, come get some, man. Like it's one of the, I don't know where that accent.
Why did we
came
turn
from.
into Jamaican?
Say hello to my little friend. Like it's wild. And like these coaches are playing mental gymnastics with these teenagers because they're like, did you see they came after us? Did you see who came after us in our gym?
They want the smoke.
They want this. They want the jerk chicken, all the steak, all of it. Like
see,
I've
never covered an area that has done it like this. Like I've never covered high school athletics that have done it
because
like this.
It's stupid, Greg.
But I mean, like I've had my fair share of like just grievances with how they operate the basketball tournament because, like, I mean, like I was saying earlier, the fact that regular season basketball games are still going on and teams already know their seeding is absolutely wild to me. Like I don't understand it, and I don't get the thought process behind it. And then the fact that you can choose kind of where you are in the bracket is wild to me as well. Like I can see the benefit of it in a way, but like I don't understand how that process was developed. Like, you know what, guys, we're sitting at a meeting, like we're at the OHSA board, we're sitting in a meeting. You know what, we should do, guys? We should allow teams to pick their seeds. Like how does that idea just come up? Like it's because it's unique to Ohio. You don't see it in the NCAA. You don't see it in high schools athletic associations across the country.
In basketball, you don't pick your seed. It's Max Prep's rankings that
it is not. That's recently changed in the last couple of years. But
like,
yeah.
Well, you get to pick where you start. I mean, so you get to pick where they start, and I don't understand where that process came from. Like how does someone come up with that? Because there is no other organization in any level of basketball that does that. So where did this come from?
I can tell you those ideas usually start with this sound. and it turns it like the fact that this is not televised or streamed when this happens, all of this is an absolute travesty because it would be like, I want more than anything. Okay, you can have we'll pay for it. We'll pay for the rights to stream this draw because
I would love that.
Oh, can you imagine? Like
that'd be great.
I'd even wear a tuxedo on like it's the draft, suit, tie, all of it. We try to be professional, but I think by the end of it, we'd be so slap happy and be like, "Can you believe what just happened? Like that guy passed for 7 rounds." Like it's the Baltimore Ravens draft of years ago that they expired their time limit. Like it would be, and Sam would have to be there because he would just be mind blown and sweating the entire time. I'm sure. He's sweating for everybody that passes. He does his quick, like I really don't understand. Again, I've said this for years. I think that these people, and with all due respect, however you want to take it, OHSAA, they go into a room and you just hear, and all the best ideas come out of there real quick with a couple Mountain Dews. All right.
It's always, it's I've always thought it was interesting. It's a different way of doing things. But
so like, how did Arizona do it, Greg? What was their process?
It's seeding points. They developed an algorithm for all of their sports based on like strength of schedule and everything like that. So like if you were the number 1 seed, you played the number 16 seed. If you were the 2 seed, you played the 15 seed. Like just how the NCAA tournament
like the NCAA tournament. So you don't get to pick where you go. It's just like you're the 1 seed. Guess what? You're playing 16. Deal with it.
Yeah, and I think they did it the same way where like so you through the first 2 rounds you host. So like you're the home team in first round, second round, and then as like this quarterfinals, semifinals, finals are all at neutral sites. If I remember correctly.
Every other sport does it the normal way. It's basketball is the only one.
That's what makes it.
No, because like volleyball you pick your bracket, baseball, softball you pick your bracket.
Okay.
Soccer, you pick everything except football is pick your brackets.
I just don't understand.
Why?
That. I just don't understand that.
I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Basketball is the only one where the coaches don't vote on the seeds too.
I've like I remember my first year, like my first high school sports season here, and I was looking at the bracket, and I was like, what is going on here?
We got number 9 versus number 25.
People,
like, what is happening?
In all fairness, people are probably sitting there like, these 3 don't know anything about anything. And the reality is nobody does.
Nobody.
I think we understand like how the process is. We don't understand how the process was developed.
Speak for yourself, because I'm sitting there.
I feel like at this point I understand the process. I just want to know how the process was developed. Like what was the decision making going into? All right, this is how we're going to do it.
And
because it is wild.
It was a lot easier before super districts, where it was like, hey, here's 40 teams in your district. Figure it out.
Wait till next year, where it becomes they're going to mix in like World of Warcraft rules, and they're like Warlock.
we're gonna show Warlock. These guys
Dragon. What?
We're gonna get even wilder this year.
Oh, dude, it's like I don't claim to understand it. I claim to want to understand it. Like I can't do it, but I really want to get there. It's like I really want an A on this test, but I know the C is the best I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to give it my all. Like we might stretch out a C+ in this. It's our job to cover it and just watch the stories unfold. Greg, you do a fantastic job of it, as always.
I try.
We can't appreciate you enough. Thank you so much for spending your Tuesday with us here on YSN Live, brother. Anything that we should be and the people watching all around the world should be looking forward to as we move towards the end of the week into the boys tournament?
Well, I texted Anthony and Gary on, I think it was, when did I text you? Sunday, Anthony?
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. So I texted Anthony and Gary on Sunday. We have like a group chat to
That's
organize where our photographers are going to be. And I was like, all right, I got this game Tuesday, this game Wednesday, this game Thursday, this game Friday, this game Saturday. So I got a full week coming up of photos and everything like that. I'm really excited for, basketball, the tournament. It's one of my favorite times of the year. Playoffs in general are my favorite times of the year. But a lot of games that I'm looking forward to covering. To get Poland Girard again on Saturday, which anytime you put those two teams on the same field in the same gym, no matter the record, I don't care what time the game is at, it's going to be a good one. And I think Friday was kind of up in the air. And I think Springfield Lisbon is going to be a good game. That was one of the games I threw out there. It's going to be really good later this week. We'll see who Ursuline gets matched up against. I haven't looked at the schedule yet. And then Western Reserve Bristol tonight. I think Quincy Miller, correct, is going for 1,000 points. So that's one game that I'm looking forward to. We got the Canfield girls tomorrow night. So it's going to be a busy week. A lot of photos, a lot of action. I'll be all over the valley, kind of looking forward to documenting it. That's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sports sniper himself, the royal, glorious King Greg. Ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Greg. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me. See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Glorious King.
We're gonna. I know he's in the backstage, but we have to address this one comment right here. Come on, Derp. What is this? What are we talking about here? I'm not mad about it. I want more information. I want to know the relationship between the Derp and the King.
Derp likes monarchies. That's un-American. We knew it. We told it. We called it yesterday.
DJ, we need to get you McDonald gear. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Hakamania is a staple here on YSN. I'll take McDonald gear. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to lie, but they hooked me up with the Hakamania shirt, which they should. Hey, in all honesty, we took it to print first. We had the blue and gold attack running wild here on YSN. I still have those shirts if anybody wants one. I got about a zillion Hakamania blue and gold shirts. They make really good. I mean, they're comfortable. They're nice. We got to get you one, Ant. What do we got here? Any chance we get a special edition of zone coverage for this weekend for girls district finals?
Leave that in the hands of the CEO.
Oh, thanks, Anthony. Nothing like
I can't
hot
make
potato in that right into my lap.
I can't make company-wide decisions like that. I don't have that authority.
I don't know. Like, I've got a game on Saturday at 1:00. Does anybody else want? Where would we go?
The local finals. There's 2 at Middle Ridge, 2 at Lordstown, 1 at Canfield. I think they're hosting D2. I think that's the only local ones. Gerard's hosting. So there's like 4 local sites you could go to, I guess, if you wanted to.
It feels like we're loaded up with games, though. So that might be an issue.
I mean, we'd have to do it like whoever's there would have to do something before their games. We'd have to get there like most of the district championships start at 1. So you'd have to like do something at 12 before the game or 11:30 or whatever.
We'll talk about it. Speaking of Canfield, there's one name that stands out amongst all the rest in Canfield history, Lure, especially here at Your Sports Network. And we are so excited to have this young lady. And I'll tell you what, she's been on here before.
Mm-hmm.
Her family pretty much. Oh, there she is. Okay, Greg left.
Greg left.
Threw me off. She disappeared for a second. Let's get her on before she disappears again. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenna Havrilla. Hi, Jenna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for asking. Let's start here. I mean, a wonderful year, naturally, that you and the Lady Cards are having.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it's got to feel good, but you kind of put that aside now. It's the second season. It's the postseason. How has your focus changed from regular season to this particular tournament time in 2026?
Yeah, with the tournament starting, we know in practice we have to be a lot more focused, just really taking every drill seriously and taking the scattering report seriously so we could put that into our game plan.
Jenna, you've been a part of so much success in Canfield. You're a part of a state championship softball team, conference championships in basketball out the wazoo. What's it feel like to kind of be able to be a part of so much success in your high school career?
It's definitely a big accomplishment. I mean, I just take pride in like all of my teams putting in so much work ethic for softball and for basketball. So I'd say just it's a good experience to be a part of so many successful teams.
what does it take? I mean, for the young girls out there, even the young boys that want to know what it takes to be at the top of your sport, like you've been, seemingly every sport that you take part in, and probably everything else that you take part in as well. What does it take for you to climb that ladder? And I mean, I don't want you to tell us about your failures, but how much failure have you faced and overcome and dusted yourself off and picked yourself up?
Yeah, I mean, failure leads to growth. So I think just putting yourself through those uncomfortable situations, starting to be comfortable being uncomfortable is definitely what leads to being successful. And, just giving 100% worth ethic at every practice. And I think that definitely pays off in the end.
One of the things that makes this Canfield team so great is that there are so many role players that know their role and accept their role and execute their role to near perfection. And you're one of those girls that when you're called on, you know what you have to do. You know what your role is on this team. And it's pretty much lockdown defense and then score when they need you to. What's it like to kind of embrace the role and not try to expect more out of it and just, accept what the team needs and then do that to the best of your ability?
Yeah, I mean, I know my role for this team. I mean, I know I don't have to be like the number one point guard. So I know when I go in, I just have to, get easy deflections, steals, and that is my role. So I think each of us just have to play our role with the best potential that we can, and that's what makes us so successful.
Is there anything you want to tell us about the NIL and why Trey's Gourmet Sandwiches would be saying "Go Jenna Have" at the bottom of our?
You got a deal going on?
You got a deal going on right now?
He texts me. He's like, "When are you going on?" So I guess he's watching. Hi, Trey.
I love it. So, what's your favorite sandwich that's gourmet from Trey?
The fried chicken Sammy for sure. Shout out Trey.
I think you got a free fried chicken Sammy in your future.
Yeah.
No
Last
doubt.
home game, you might have to get one, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Hey, it's in your dojo. The All-Star Game's in your dojo this year, so I've heard good things. Hopefully we can get Trey's Gourmet Sandwiches to get the masses of people hooked up for the All-Star Game. There's going to be a lot of hungry people. Speaking of being an incredible all-star-like talent, and I mean, you've got incredible family lineage of just all over the place. There is talent, not just of sports, but just high-character people. For you, what is it like to be in your family? I'm sure competition is certainly not hard to come by. And how have you become a better competitor because of those around you?
Yeah, I'd say my family is very competitive, and I mean, we hold each other to standards that we set. So even in just like board game nights, like I hate to lose. So I think it definitely just makes me more competitive in like my sports because I hate to lose. So, and it just helps me to put in more work ethic.
You brought up board game night. Like if you had to pick it, like this is the one I'm gonna win. This is my best. This is my flex. What game are you bringing out on game night to make sure you get the dub?
Let me think.
Can I guess?
Maybe.
First?
What was that?
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
You strike me as like an operation, like when.
Oh, I do like that game.
I knew it.
Way to go,
I would
dude.
say either that or like Monopoly, maybe. I like
Monopoly. That's cutthroat.
And also card games. I'm very competitive in card games.
What card games?
Me and my family always played this game called Sevens. I don't know if you know what that is, but we play that like every like family dinner. So, and I always win usually. So.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you who's the heavy favorite in Sevens?
My grandma's pretty good at it, but I've gotten better over the years. So, yeah.
Who's the worst?
Probably my mom.
Oh.
Thought we were gonna throw shade at Bobby.
No. He's pretty competitive too, so he hates to lose. So,
Jenna, when we talk about your future and the things you want to do after high school, I know you have a lot of ambition and a lot of things that you are dreaming about. So, what are those future plans for you after you graduate?
I'm not sure what college I'm going to yet, but I know that I want to become a dermatologist physician assistant. So I'm going to major in health science wherever I go, and hopefully just be able to go through all that school and hopefully become that. So. Yeah.
Because every young girl is born and wants to be a dermatologist physician assistant, go ahead and explain what that is to those of us who don't exactly.
It's basically like the dermatologist comes in, and then like it's just the assistant, and they like do like the checkups on your skin and stuff.
It's
And
the person you always see because you never actually see the
yeah,
doctor.
like you don't see the dermatologist, but you see the assistant. So yeah,
You're
like
the
there's
real
like
you're the real MVP. Is what you're telling me.
yeah, basically.
girl.
In the future.
Jenna, I was told that even though your family is notoriously big Michigan fans, that you visited the other side of that rivalry and
I
explored
did.
Ohio State's campus. Talk about what that was like to kind of go in
Um,
enemy territory.
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. I know my dad, he's a very big Michigan fan, so he was definitely a little weird being there. Just walking around campus, seeing all the M's crossed out. He was definitely like, what? But I actually really liked Ohio State, and I mean, maybe that could be a good college for me, but with my family being such big Michigan fans, it is different. So
What do you think would hurt your dad worse? The fact that, Ohio State could win another game against Michigan next year, or cutting that first check for tuition to the Ohio State University for you?
I mean, he says that he'll support wherever I go, like wherever I'm happy, but like deep down, like I feel like he would be like kind of like off if I went to Ohio State and just like visiting me. Like I know like he just probably doesn't want to be there. So yeah.
Would he wear an Ohio State shirt like at your graduation party?
Definitely not. No. I don't think he would be caught dead in that.
I don't think he'd even do the colors, like the
Yeah.
blank color. I
He
don't
said
think
he was
would do
gonna
that.
wear a Michigan shirt on the tour, so I was like, please don't. But,
So please don't.
Please.
yeah.
But I also saw you have some interest in the tropical schools down at U Tampa. Talk about
Yes.
like how much you want to travel and get into some of the sunnier schools that you don't have to deal with this cold weather.
Yeah. I mean, I've always just wanted to go to college in Florida. My grandparents live down there, and honestly, I just hate the cold weather and just like thinking about having to walk to class in like negative degrees, like that just sounds awful. So, getting in the sun would be just an amazing experience. I think going on to Tampa would be such a great experience. So, that's definitely a top option too.
Talk to us about, just being a role model in general. We'll get to your role models here momentarily, but for those young ladies looking up to you, seeing your name, seeing your banner, seeing all these great things that you're accomplishing, not just on the floor, on the field, but in life, what advice would you give to them, and maybe advice that you'd give to yourself when you were younger?
I think just not being afraid to fail again, and just never giving up, honestly. Keep putting in work every day because in the end it will pay off. The results will pay off. So, and then also just bringing positive attitude to practices and games every day. I think that definitely helps.
You're a part of a senior class in this basketball team that are all role models. I mean, I went to your senior night, the amount of young girls that were just kind of watching you girls with mesmerized eyes going, can't wait to be there one day. What's it like to be a part of such a big senior class and such a monumental and impactful senior class in this program?
It's really nice to be in a group with 7 seniors. I mean, we all are like best friends with each other. We have so much chemistry. So, I mean, knowing this is our last year together is very emotional. But, I mean, I'm just trying to not take any practices for granted and just have fun with the last of basketball with my seniors.
I don't want you to get emotional, but have you thought about the last, when it's all over, like how you're going to react, or how you think in your mind you're going to react to, hey, that was it. That's the last time I'm putting on a Cardinal basketball jersey. Uh-oh. Did I freeze or did she freeze?
No, she's frozen. I think that question, she just wanted to dodge the emotions.
What if she's just if she's just like
frozen
like that, like she's just playing us right now, because that question stinks. That's like I don't want to do this.
Hold smile and wave, boys.
Did you think I was frozen? Because I wasn't. Oh man, she gone. Stop it, Anthony. Stop it.
Oh, here he is.
Hang on. Wait.
I'm
Yeah.
back. My Chromebook died. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, new
Your
device.
dad called in the middle of it?
No, my
the
Chromebook died.
Oh,
And I tried to get on
okay.
another one, but it didn't work. So on my phone, but
Well, you
sorry.
don't trust Chromebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken says that you didn't like my question.
What was the question again?
I don't know. I mean,
It
we've had
was-
so
What?
much happen, but between that question and now,
Oh,
what was the
okay.
question?
I got you.
It-
What emotions are you gonna feel when you do play your last basketball game? Do you kind of think about what you're gonna react, how you're gonna react?
Good question.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely am going to be really sad just because I've been playing basketball for like probably 10 years now. And just playing with my best friends for the last time is going to be really emotional. But I mean, hopefully it's not emotional and it ends in a win. So that's the goal here.
Win in Dayton. Let's go. I like it. I like that
Yep.
thought. And I heard that Matt Reel has agreed to dye his hair pink if you guys win state.
Oh, he did? I didn't. I
Oh, yeah.
wasn't not aware
That's
of
a
that.
deal with him and
Well, he
CeCe
doesn't even
Muckleroy.
have hair.
Well, he's gonna do the goatee. Oh my!
Easy.
He
Easy.
grows it out. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
the facial
Hey.
hair. Facial hair.
Hey.
is
oh,
gonna
the
be doing-
facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that'd be
gonna-
great, honestly. That'd be really
Jenna,
funny.
come on.
I was just stating a fact. I don't know. He always talks about how he's bald, so
He's part of the brotherhood, okay?
yeah,
I'm in that same fraternity. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
that's
Just because
okay.
you have
Yeah,
long, beautiful brown hair doesn't mean that the world
I'm
caters
sorry.
to you, young lady.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Golly. When it comes to things that you like to do outside of hoops, what are those things that you just absolutely love and you can't live without?
I like to go to the gym a lot. I love being active, working out, going on walks with my friends, hanging out with my friends. So definitely just balancing all of that in school, the social life is definitely what I take pride in. And I also like to paint, so I do that in my free time sometimes.
Paint?
What do you paint?
Yeah.
Like
I
landscapes?
paint
people?
like landscapes. Like I'll
Oh.
just like look at a picture and paint it, and it's just very therapeutic. So
Do you watch Bob Ross?
I used to. I used
Yes.
to do those tutorials. Yeah.
Happy tree
Little
right here.
trees.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna find it, but-
We're gonna put it here. There's no mistake.
Yeah. When I was like 10, I used to do all those.
He watched him because he had a
paintings.
full head of hair, right?
For sure.
That's
I don't even know what that's called, but I'm gonna find it out, and I'm gonna be very disappointed whenever I have to send that you're a hater of bald.
You're
people.
Irish.
I'm not. I support.
I don't get that feeling mutually. I mean, is there any? Everybody's superstitious, especially when it comes to numbers, uniforms, all that stuff. When you think about superstitions, is there any reason you picked your number? Is there any reason that you have to wear your socks a certain way, your shoes a certain way? Are there any superstitions that we should know about?
For basketball, not really. Just probably like the pregame things that we do every game, just like praying and everything. But for softball, I've always been the number 6, like my whole entire life. But then high school came, someone already had 6, so I had to change to 16, and it was just like I just felt like I don't know.
Did
Like
you ever
a
get
part
6
of me
back?
was missing.
Did you ever get 6 back?
No. So I just feel like a part of me is still missing, honestly. But
Oh,
We gotta work. Hey, I'll talk to Bob Beam over there. We'll work on that. We'll see
Yeah.
if
we'll
we
get
can
you
get 6
for
back
your
for
senior
you.
year.
hopefully.
Would you change your number now, or you're
I
just like-
would, yeah.
Would you?
The 6. If I could get 6, I would do that.
Let's go, Beamer.
We'll get you. What about 21 for basketball? Where'd that come from?
Blackjack.
I think I just picked that number randomly because the basketball numbers are like weird. You like can't go like above 5. So like I think I just picked that. I don't know.
I didn't think. Yeah, I knew that rule too. I didn't think
Yeah.
about that because all these little kids now have like 99. They got
Yeah,
like, the
like
NBA
high
numbers.
school you can't be above 6. So
Do you
yeah.
like that rule? Like, it's. I mean, that's.
I mean I
because of the
get it for like
referees.
the refs. I get it, but
Is it that hard? Is it that
Yeah.
challenging?
I don't
Number
know.
253, 228. Yeah.
Yeah, because if they did
Just-
like 6, like someone might think it's like 15. Like I don't know.
Just walk over referees. Like
Yeah.
it's 2 extra steps and be like 72.
Yeah,
72.
I agree.
Be
I
like
agree.
bingo.
Lazy
Be
referees, man.
72. Last question from me. When it comes to role models, who are those people that have made humongous influences in your life, who have become those people that you rely on and made you the young woman that we're all so proud of today?
Definitely my parents. My dad specifically is one of my biggest supporters. He just always pushes me to be the best I can. And in basketball, I would say last year Aline Bearcat was definitely one of my leaders that I looked up to. She was always having my back no matter what. So I'd say definitely her and just my family.
My last question is, with all those role models that you've had in life, what is like the biggest form of advice you think you've gotten throughout life that always sticks with you that you kind of live in the back of your head?
Hmm. Just to keep showing up, keep putting in work, and never giving up for sure. Staying consistent, and it will pay off in the end.
Never trust bald guys. That's probably in there too somewhere.
No.
Jenna, we appreciate you. We love you. We're huge fans. Thank you so much for everything that you've done to contribute to the sport of basketball and so much more, and to the community of Canfield. The sky's the limit for you, young lady. We're proud of you. Keep doing
Thank
great
you.
things, and we'll follow you the whole way.
Thank you for having me.
You
Thank
got
you.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenna Havrilla. I know I say this all the time. It doesn't get much better than these student athletes that we have in our communities.
Right.
I'll fight anybody that says otherwise, because you have young ladies like Jenna Havrilla that are setting the tone for the future. And I think you've said it best. When you have people that every year seemingly raise the bar for the next level and it's continuously being met, buddy, you look back in 20 years and you go, wow, like, look how lucky we were to cover people like Jenna. And she's going to go on and be an incredible contributor to society in whatever she does. And a lot of that, Anthony, you and I have talked about, it's about sports.
Yeah, sports makes good leaders. Whether you go on to play sports, or whether you go on to, own a company, or whether you're just going on to be a leader in your job community. When she becomes a dermatology physician's assistant, she's going to be the best one in the office, and she's going to own that office with leadership, because that's what she's going to be able to do because of the sport that she played and the leaders that she's been around, and now the leaders that she has become. So sports makes good leaders. So when you're a business owner and you're looking for employees that want to be leaders in your company, I'm telling you, more of them kind of look at, did you play sports when you were okay? You know how to work as a team. You know how to kind of be that team guy or girl. And that really says a lot about the character.
I am super proud, and you get a gold star for remembering what you wanted to do, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, how's he going to pull this through? I mean, no notes or anything. Like, you pulled that right off the old dome.
A lot of big words. I tried to get through it.
Dermatologist, physician, assistant.
Yep.
That's almost as bad as nurse anesthetist.
Mm.
But they do it.
A lot of those.
We do have a lot. I mean, anesthesia.
Anesthesiologist.
Hey, as someone who recently was in the twilight anesthesia.
Thankful that you had a good one.
It's a real weapon. They were amazing. Shout out. Amazing. Like, the best. And I mean, my mom was a nurse. She was a registered nurse. But all these, like, nurses and, caregivers, they're saints. There's a special place in heaven for every one of these people because of the crap that they have to put up with. Like, you think coaches get yit on a lot? Like, imagine being a nurse and, like, you're basically dealing with people on their worst day every day.
Yep.
And doctors have a little bit better.
Percentage of nurses that have been assaulted at least once in their job, I think, is like up in the 70s, because they inevitably get hit by someone, or harassed by someone, because, like you said, you're with someone on their worst day, and that doesn't always adhere to calm and logical thinking. So when you have a fever or something, you want to get seen, and the nurse is telling you got to wait in this waiting room for 6 hours. Not their fault. They're just doing their job. Sometimes that person can get a little bit hot under the collar, literally and figuratively. And it's a dangerous job. It can be.
I mean, we talked yesterday about some of these psychopaths in the bleachers for the sports games. Like, imagine you 10x that when you're, in a hospital or in a bad situation. And God bless nurses. That's what I'm saying. Dental assistants, by the way, also. Like, you don't always have to be in danger. Just people willing to help you. And yes, they're getting paid. Like, they don't have to not get paid. They're professionals.
It takes a real special person to reach into other people's mouths and be like, yeah, don't bite me, please.
Like, the thought of doing that is absolutely gross to me. Like, just beyond disgusting. God.
Not for me. Thank God I'm a broadcaster.
Yeah, that's not where I am. Check it up on this comment here. Trey's Gourmet Sandwiches says Jenna Have, Carly Fleming, Jenna Treveri, Peyton China, Balin Brungard, Trey's Gourmet starting 5 cashiers against anyone's great employees. All right.
I like that you got everyone in there except Balin is Canfield. You got one Springfield person randomly in there too. I like that we're diversifying a little.
But they're cashiers.
Yeah.
Trey's Gourmet. And you know what? I'll bite because I want to see the employee all-star game.
Let's go.
Matt. Hey, we got we have Ali Kanegi, so got that. Can
Sean's
I just say
been pushing for a broadcaster's pickup game at the All-Star game.
Sean is full of great ideas. Great ideas. That is not one of them.
That is not one.
That is one that is not a good idea. I mean, what the best case scenario? Someone gets really hurt.
It's the best.
That's the best case scenario. There's no like, I didn't know he could ball. That's not gonna happen.
No.
You're not gonna watch a bunch of YSN broadcasters shoot basketballs and be like, "Wow, they got talent." It
won't be the celebrity all-star game where Kevin Hart actually has some good handles.
No,
it won't be
like,
that.
I thought DJ might have more athleticism in his body because he played a college sport. No, you're not going to say that. You're going to say, "Wow, he looks every day of 41, like every day." Like Scotty might be able to beat him a one-on-one. It'll happen. What if Radar is just some absolute dog at ping pong or something? That's where my money is.
I wouldn't put it past Radar to be good at ping pong. Whoever's knees give out first wins. Gives out last wins.
I know who's not going to be on that list. Bing. I'll just go ahead and tap out now.
The insurance will go skyrocket for the All-Star.
Gosh. We'll call it the uncoordinated bowl. It would be bad, Sean. I appreciate your enthusiasm and want to absolutely humiliate us at every turn, but I will tell you that's all it would be. It was a complete humiliation of YSN employees.
Sam's doing this the whole way down the court.
I would love, like, we talk about the Royal Rumble. Like, if we did the YSN Royal Rumble, that would be entertaining. But a bunch of old dudes and just secondary, third dairy athletes that talk a real good game. We're really good at talking.
Yep. There's a reason for that. Can't play.
Yep. The other side of that is we're probably not very good at anything. Like a softball game would be very interesting. Somebody would probably go off on a stretcher. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's me trying to stretch a single into a triple.
I think you'd turn on those juices a little bit more if we did a YSN broadcast softball game. Then you for basketball, you'd probably like go all out for like one play, and then you just kind of be standing in the background like go.
I can tell you,
slow pitch softball. Those glory days might kick back into your head.
I know. Dude. I've got the cleats ready to go. Like I'm ready to go if we were to ever do that. I also know just from getting back in the gym over the last few weeks. These bones don't work like they used to. Like the elliptical, I used to go, pff. Boy, let me tell you about the elliptical today. Elliptical today for 20 minutes. And then I tried to walk upstairs to go take a shower when I got home. And the elliptical won today. And I got a secret for you. If you're keeping track at home, it'll probably win tomorrow. It's probably going to win for a while. Maybe forever. I don't know.
Bets on the elliptical.
31 and 41 are way too different. Like DJ at 31 and DJ at 41. I know my limits now. At 31, I was learning them. At 41, I know them and I know better. So if I go out and play softball at 41 years old, I know that I'm probably not going to do a game the next night. I may not walk that entire day. I may not leave the couch. I might still be in complete softball uniform for a day, just sitting in my own filth. All that because Sean Elwood wants to laugh at a bunch of old dudes. Your day's coming, Sean. Your day is coming. In all seriousness, we want to thank Greg McAfee and Jenna Havrilla for popping on the show today. We've got a great show for you tomorrow, Wrestling Wednesday with Gary Altizer and Anthony Hartwig. That is wrapping up pretty rapidly.
Yeah. Tournament sectional start this weekend, so we'll have sectionals, district, state. So maybe I think 4 more weeks of Wrestling Wednesday,
and then I believe we can turn our attention back to our dear friend at Boardman High School, Mr. Rick Seipert, and talk about track and field.
It'll go from Wrestling Wednesday to Running Wednesday,
and throwing,
and I guess you throw a disc and a hammer too. So all throwing,
in a shot put.
And jumping, and all the other stuff you
leaping.
Do at track and field, leaping, and all the stuff. Track and field Wednesdays coming.
Track and field, all of that, and we have Braden Songer on Thursday at noon.
What a year that kid's having! County Player of the Year in football, NE8 Player of the Year in basketball. Probably going to be up for NE8 Player of the Year in baseball.
I would imagine he's pretty good at baseball. Dude is, pretty good at football. Pretty good at basketball. Going to college to play baseball.
Electric at baseball. Yep.
Listen, it's not a gambling thing, but he's the odds-on favorite to win a lot of awards on the diamond. Just putting it out there. He is going to be a dog. I just want to see him stay healthy and happy, man. Like if he's having this kind of success his senior year, you would have to imagine. And I can't wait to ask him. When did you figure stuff out, dude? Like, when did you just go, hey, his mom told me one time that they had to move him up. This is not a legend. This is a true story. Had to move him up in baseball because nobody could play catch with him. He was throwing that hard.
Brain, stop.
He is Henry Rowan Gardner. That is Rosenbagger. Songer. Like it's there. So we'll have him on Thursday. Tonight, a very special, event, I guess you can call it. A very special stream that we will have. It's going to be live to tape. I'm talking to my broadcast partner all year here on YSN. The incomparable Tom Titus will hop on, and we're going to talk tournament time for the boys. And I can't wait. He's got it all lined up. He is geeked up, ready to go. And if there's anybody that knows ball, it's my award-winning gem. And I'm being dead serious. He is one of the best breakdown analysts of ball you can have. And he's going to break it all down, the tournament, who he thinks is going to be shining, who he thinks has work to do as they head into the tournament. All of that tonight. We'll release it. We're taping at 5, probably going to be released around 7. And you can see it on social medias here on YSN and on YouTube. So check that out. I think that's it, pal.
I wanted to count the numbers of games you can watch tonight, too, on the NFHS network.
I know you're in Mineral Ridge.
1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tournament games on the network tonight. on the girls' side. One boys regular season game that will be free on ysnlive.com as well, as Maplewood tries to win the NAC with a game at St. John. Sam Torres will be on the call there, but then we have girls tournament games throughout the night as well. I'll be at Mineral Ridge. They take on Waynedale. Mineral Ridge, the 4 seed, Waynedale, the 7, so that'll be a fun one. And we have a bunch of other fun ones too. Greg alluded to it. Quincy Miller 6 points away from 1,000 as Western Reserve takes on Bristol. So we have a bunch of really, really good matchups going on tonight.
And Rob chiming in that Louisville and Avon Lake has been added to, the program tonight. Also, for those of you wondering about the NFHS network and how I mean, we've gotten some emails, some messages about it. And I'm not trying to dumb this down. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. I'll start it out by saying, and I'm trying to do this as cleanly as I can. If you want to watch the live games that we are streaming live, it will be on the NFHS network. It's you can click on the link. Brian has made it incredibly easy. Click on the link. You sign up for it. It's $13.99 a month, or there's an option for $79.99 a year. Now, what I will tell you is that we have to purchase our own links. It's not something that we're necessarily getting for free and we're making you pay for. I bought the $80 package for the year because, quite frankly, it's worth it. I mean, you said how many games? 13 games tonight? 12 games tonight?
12 tournament games you have to pay for. 13 total. 1 is free. It's regular season.
So you look at that and you have a situation where, if you have 12 games tonight just on, from the YSN feed, it's $1 a game for the month. And you've got a lot of games tomorrow, a lot of games the next night. I mean, it goes and goes and goes and goes. It also, if you buy the $80 package, it is for the year. Yeah. So this is how we're doing, at least for the foreseeable future. This is how we're doing this. It's going to be postseason. Why is that? Because the cost that we incur in having to knock on doors and collect sponsorships, it's just easier. It's just easier that way. But if you're not into live and you can wait and you're patient and you're not going to jump on the internet and try to get the score before the game's over and you're waiting, I think about 9 o'clock typically we'll run back the tape delayed version of the game on YSN Live. So you'll be able to watch that on each of the channels that you want to watch. So the teams. So if you're watching the Lady Cards of Canfield, you go to the Canfield page and you go. So all of that is, included. Like you can pay the $80, you can pay the $13.99. We're not telling you what to do. We did it ourselves. To me, it's worth the dollars. I was willing to pay $9.99, a night for football, and now it's all included. Paid it up front. We're ready to go. So all of that, it's very simple. Again, if you have questions, please message us because we want to be able to have you watch the game, see the game from wherever you want in the world. And the NFHS network has done a very good job of making their site incredibly easy, stupid easy to get through. I don't want to say you're stupid if you can't do it, but you might need some training if you can't figure it out because it's literally click, done. Right. Even the payment process, which I was impressed with, is very easy. So 12 games tonight, NFHS network. Please don't yell at us because the game's not on YSN immediately. Know that we're trying to push it out there and inform people of what's going on. So they'll figure it out, right? They'll figure it out. Do you have a spark or can we skip?
We're good. We're good. I think the spark would have just been tournament games anyway. So
all right, very good. That is going to do it once again. Thanks to Greg McAfee. What was he
our glorious king,
our glorious King Greg McAfee, and of course the always unbelievable and we're so proud of her, Jenna Havrillo, for popping on the show today. For Anthony Hartwig, my name is DJ Yoakley. We will try to be better tomorrow. We hope you will too. We'll see you at noon. Anthony, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.